So we're going to start by standing at the edge of the mat. So standing up nice and tall. And from here, we're just going to come into our roll down. So standing up, we've got our feet hip width apart, arms along by our side. Look directly in front of you and take a big inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to start to nod your chin to your chest. You're rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Keep the hips stacked on top of the knees and the ankles and allow your hands to come down to the floor. If you have tight hamstrings, which it may be at the start, have a slight bend in the knees. And then exhale, let's re-stack up nice and tall. Think about drawing yourself up from your lower abdominals. And the last thing to raise is your head. And again, inhale here. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest, rolling down all the way. Letting those fingertips reach towards the floor. Trying to get the palms onto the floor, soften through the knees if you wish. And then re-stack up nice and tall. All the way, one vertebrae at a time. The last thing to lift is your head. Our last one here, nod your chin to your chest, rolling all the way down. Nice and soft. Through the legs. As your hands reach the ground, let's walk out into a high plank position here. We're just going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you pike your hips up towards the ceiling? Create a nice flat back and pedal through your heels. So this one's just nice to stretch out the calves. You may feel it through the hammies and also warm up the ankle joints as well. We've got 3 more here. Our last 2. 1. Roll yourself back into that plank position, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pike the hips back up, pedal out through those heels again. Just getting that deeper stretch each time. We've just got 6 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those hips lifted. Walk yourself back into standing and then re-stack up nice and tall. The last thing to lift is your head. Nice, guys. So we've stretched out our hamstrings. From here, we're coming into our squats, so we're warming up those global muscles. Feet are hip width apart, and we're just inhaling, sending our bottom back. Exhale, drawing up. Inhale, send our bottom back. Exhale, drawing up. Have a slight squeeze as you send yourself up nice and tall. You've got energy through the legs and the hands. And notice that my back is nice and straight. So there's one long line from my tailbone to the crown of my head. My belly button's drawing in. I'm nice and steady. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's keep going here. Using your breath. We've got 5 to go. We've got our last 4. Inhaling and exhaling. We've got 3 to go. Our last 2. 1 more here. We're going to add in a little heel lift. Coming up, raising up nice and high. Inhale, bending down. Exhale, drawing up. Using your breath. Belly's in. Nice. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice, guys. Using your breath. Good. We've got 5 more like this. So think about that ankle mobility and stability. Last 4. We've got 3 to go. Our last 2. And we've got our last one here. Lifting up, coming down. So lowering those heels, bending down. Little pulses here. Tiny little pulses. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to extend the legs out long. As you do that, you're going to lift up your right leg. So inhale to bend back into that squat position. Exhale, abduct the leg. Inhaling and exhaling. As you send your right leg out to the side, keep those toes tracking forward. Inhaling and then exhaling, nice and long. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice, guys, using your breath. We've got our last 5 here. We've got 4. Shoulders are down, chest is wide for 3. We've got 2. Our last one here. Swapping over to the other side. Bending, Then extending that left leg. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep working those legs. Heart rate's coming up just that little bit. We're holding steady through the torso. We've got 5 more here. We've got our last 4. We've got 3 to go. Our last 2. And 1 more here. Come back down to that squat position. Stand up nice and tall. Draw that leg in. And we're stepping out, squatting down again. Draw up. A light tap. Inhaling and then exhaling. Inhaling and then exhaling. So a nice deep bend through both knees. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. So this is warming up all of those global muscles. We should start to feel it through our left glute and our left quad. Using your breath, holding steady through that torso. We've got 5 more like this. We've got our last 4. We've got 3 to go. Our last 2. And 1 more here. Bring that right foot in. Let's step it out to the left-hand side. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. And noticing the stability through that right leg. We want to hold it nice and steady. So it's our base of support. Inhaling, exhaling. And think about that ankle flexibility as you bend through both knees. How far can you go down into that squat position? We're active through the arms. Shoulders are down. Chest is wide. Inhale, exhale. Using your breath. We've got 5 more. Our last 4. 3 to go. Our last 2. 1 more here, stepping up. Let's step it out into a wide V position. So with our feet, we want them tracking out at about 45 degrees. We want that rotation coming from the hips. From here, we're just coming into our wide squats. Inhale, come down. Exhale, draw up. Inhale and exhale. Really working through those legs. As you draw out, feel like you're pulling up your kneecaps just a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Again, we've got a slight squeeze in the butt. We've got that long line from the crown of our head to our tailbone. And just using our breath. We've got 5 more here. Our last 4. 3 to go. Arms long. 2. 1 more here. On this next one, we're adding in that heel raise. Coming down, lifting up those heels, lowering the heels, squatting low. Exhale, drawing up. Using your breath, belly buttons in. Shoulders down. And really feel the calves working as you lift up those heels. Lower and down, nice and deep. Hips are out wide. Feel like your knees are tracking over your second toes. So you've got that nice lower limb alignment. We've got 5 more here. We've got our last 4. Heart rate should be up. 3 to go. Drawing up. We've got our last 2. Using your breath. Last one here. Exhale, pressing up. Lowering those heels, coming down halfway. We've got 10 little pulses. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing up tall. We should be feeling it through the tops of our quads. Now with our feet, I just want you to draw them forwards. So we've still got that nice wide stance. Feet are just tracking forward. From here, you're going to step your right foot behind your left leg. Have a nice deep bend. Then exhale, draw up. Over to the other side. So we're coming into our curtsy lunges. So you want that opposite leg behind, right behind that other leg. Inhaling, stepping down. Exhale, drawing up. You can add in the arms if you want. You can place your hands onto your hips if you just want to concentrate on the lower limbs. Inhaling and then exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Lower bellies in. This is working your abductors. So you're going to feel it through the glutes. You're also going to feel it through the quads, which is good. Keep working into those legs. Nice, guys. We've got 6 more. Our last 5. 4 to go. 3. We've got 2. Nice. Last one here, stepping up and over. Legs behind the other leg, bending. We're pulsing here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing up nice and tall over to the other side. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set of 10 pulses. Coming over to the right side, pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing up tall over to the other side. Whoops, take the mat with you for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, last 5, almost there, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing up nice and tall, shaking out those legs. Heart rate should be up. You should be feeling it through the tops of the legs, also the glutes here. Alrighty, this next one, we're focusing solely on the glutes. Place your left leg forward, your right leg back. Hands onto the hips, shoulders down. We're bending through both knees. And from here, we're just moving our upper body forward, and then exhale, re-step up tall. Inhaling, and then exhaling. Inhaling, and then exhaling, noticing that I've got that one long line from the crown of my head to my tailbone. Nothing else is moving. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale to lower forward, exhale to re-stack tall. Nice, guys. We've got 5 more like this. We've got 4, 3 to go. Our last 2, and 1 more here. Re-stacking up nice and tall, tiny little pulses. You're going to feel this through the tops of the thighs. We've got 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, can you press back through that right leg? Oops. Hold steady through your balance, and then come back down. Exhale, drawing up. Inhale, you can add in running arms if that helps to stabilize you. Exhale, drawing up. Inhale to lower down. Nice and steady through that core. If you would like, you can add in a little jump. We've got 5 more. 4 to go. 3, 2, and 1 more here. Wow, you should start to feel it through that top quad. We're swapping over to the other side quickly. Our right leg's in front, left leg's behind. Bend through both knees, hold nice and steady. Inhale, lean that upper body forward. Exhale, draw it up. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. We're feeling it through that part of the glute. And starting to feel it near the BMOs as well. Restacking tall, chest is wide. And with your gaze, draw it in the direction that you're going. So as you lean forward, look towards the ground, exhale, drawing up. We've got 6 more like this. Our last 5. We've got 4, 3 to go. Nice, guys. Our last 2. 1 more here. Standing back upright, little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's add in that little leg lift. So adding in those arms if you'd like. Holding steady through the belly. We're challenging our balance, especially when our leg is fatigued. Nice, guys. Coming down low. We're adding in that little jump if you wish for 5. We've got 4, 3 to go, 2. Last one here. Standing up tall, shaking out that right leg. Wow, heart rate's up. We're going to stand at the end of our mat. We're going to come down to our mat work. So feet are hip width apart. Let's nod your chin to your chest. Rolling down all the way. Let's walk out into that high plank position. Lower those hips down so you've got one long line. We're holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those knees down. Toes are together, knees are apart. Let's come back into that child's pose position. Inhale here. And then exhale. Release everything. Regain your breath. Inhale again. And then exhale. The good thing about deep breathing is that it helps to oxygenate the body really quickly. So inhale through the nose and then exhale out the mouth. One more breath here. Inhaling and then exhaling. Good. Come back into that plank position. If you have any wrist issues, come onto your fists or come down to your forearms. We're going to come into our leg pull here. So lengthen out through the legs. Feel your lats engage. So you're pulling down, you're also pulling that mat apart. Come into that high plank position. And from here, we're going to float our right leg off. We're just holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the right leg down. Lift the left leg. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Over to the right leg again. Holding here 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. We've got energy through the left toes. Reaching back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Into that 4-point kneeling position. From here, we're coming into our quadruped. So we want to hold nice and steady through our pelvis. We don't want it shifting from side to side. Can you extend your left arm long as you send your right leg back? So you're sweeping it forward, we're lifting it off the mat and then lowering it down. Swapping over to the other side. Exhale. Reach your right arm forward, left leg back. Lifting it off. So we're aiming to create length through the body. And also disassociating our arms from our torso and our legs from our pelvis. Exhale, sweeping off, lifting up, lowering down. Over to the other side. Lifting those limbs off, nice and light. On this next one, our left arm, right leg is up. Can you hold it out here? Can you open your left arm, right leg out to the side? Exhale, drop back to center. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, back through center. 3 more here. We've got our last 2. Hold steady through that belly. Keep pressing away from the floor with that right hand and then lowering down. Swapping over to the other side. Right arm, left leg sweeps off. Extend the right arm out to the right, left leg out to the left. Back through center. 4 to go. Holding steady through the belly. We've got our last 3. We've got 2. 1 more here. Lowering everything down. Just sitting back onto your haunches. Rolling out your wrists. I can still feel my heart rate's up from that session that we just did standing. All right, working into our glutes here. Come back into that 4-point kneeling position. Again, come onto the fist or the forearms if it feels nicer. But from here, we're extending that right leg long. We want our hips tracking down towards the ground. Pull your lats down, so you're pulling away from your armpits and press away from the floor. Exhale, float your right leg up. Inhale to lower down. Exhaling, floating the right leg up. Inhale to lower down. Notice that my pelvis isn't shifting. It's nice and steady. So it's not about height, it's about control. We've got 5 more like this. We've got our last 4, using your breath. We've got 3 to go. Our last 2. 1 more here. We're going to reach that leg out long. Little circles in one direction. Holding steady through that pelvis. We've got 5 more circles here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you reverse those circles in the other direction? So they're about the size of a small dinner plate. 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you flex the knee, flex the foot? Little pulses up towards the ceiling. Tiny little pulses here, working into that glute. We've got 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Alright, we've got it on the left leg. Extend the left leg long. We're coming into those lift and lowers. Imagining that you've got a piece of string from the crown of your head and that's pulling you forward, creating length throughout your spine. And you've also got some string attached to your toes and it's pulling you out in the other direction. So you've got one long line with the body. Nice, we've got 5 more lift and lowers. Our last 4, 3 to go, 2. Last 1, keep that leg reaching long. Tiny little circles, keep that pelvis nice and steady. So you're using your abs here as well. Good guys, we've got 5 more in this direction. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Little circles in the other direction. Keep using your breath. Tiny little circles, feeling this in the hammies. We've got 4 to go. 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee, flex the foot. Little pulses up towards the ceiling. Can really feel this through the glute. My lower half is shaking. We've got 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Let's come back into that child's pose position. Extend those arms out long. Regain that breath. And then exhale, release. Just one more breath here. Inhaling. And then exhaling, release. Walk yourself up into a seated position. We're coming into our sideline work now. So lying onto your right hand side, you can support your head with your hand if you wish. Otherwise, if that's not comfortable, lie yourself all the way down. From here, you're going to bring your knees so that they're in line with your hips. Ankles are together, knees are together. And with your top hip, we want it stacked on the other one. So feel as though you're pushing your hip away from you, so you're creating space between your lower waist and that mat. So we've got nicely stacked hips, nicely stacked knees and ankles. From here, you can place your hand onto your hip or in front of you. We're going to inhale here. And as you exhale, we're lifting up that top leg, bring the knee and ankle off, and then lowering down. Exhale, lifting up that top leg and lowering it down. So we're working into the glute here. Exhale, drawing it up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale to lower down. Holding nice and steady. Starting to feel it through that left glute now. We've got 5 to go. Our last 4. Steady through the pelvis for 3. We've got 2. Last one here. On this next one, can you open up that top leg, extend it long, bend, lower it down. Open up that top leg. Hold it here as you extend it long, bend, lower it down. Good, guys. Again, the only thing that's moving is our lower body. Not our torso. Our pelvis isn't moving. We're holding nice and steady. We've got 3 more here. Using your breath. Our last 2. Good, guys. 1 more here. Bending that knee, closing that leg. And now for the finale, opening up that top leg. From here, we're circling. Imagine that you've got a crayon on your knee and you're circling the wall in front of you. We've got 4 more in this direction. 3, 2, 1. Reverse those circles. So this is the real killer. Tiny little circles, holding steady through the belly. Nice, guys. We've got 5 more here. 4 to go. 3, 2, last 1. Lowering that leg down. Beautiful, guys. You can tap out that glute if you'd like. It really gets in there. Quite painful, but it's a good burn. All right, from here, we're still laying on our right-hand side. You're going to lengthen out both legs. Bring your left leg in front. From here, can you flex your right toes? We're going to work our inner thighs. So I want you to exhale, draw your right foot off, or right thigh off, and then lower it down. Exhale, peel that right thigh off the mat. Inhale to lower down. So you're engaging those inner thighs, and once you flex the foot, you're going to feel more of that engagement in the upper of the thigh. You can try it with a pointed toe if that feels less intense. Otherwise, try and maintain that flexion in the foot. Exhale, lifting it up, lowering down. 5 more here. Starting to feel that inner thigh work for 4. We've got 3 to go. Using those lower abdominals to draw that leg up. Our last one here. We're going to keep that leg lifted. Draw little circles in one direction. Tiny little circles. We're feeling that engagement. Keep the foot flexed and make sure you're circling with the whole leg and not just the ankle or the lower limb. We've got 3 more here. 2, 1, reverse those circles. Using your breath. Little circles in the other direction. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Bend both knees in. Allow your right hand to relax all the way down. You can even bend the arm so you've got a bit more support with the head. We're going to keep the hips stacked. Knees are together. Reach your left hand forward. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you're going to open up those fingers up towards the ceiling. We're opening up the chest. We're trying to get that the left shoulder onto the mat. And then draw back through center. So the aim is to try and keep the hips tracking forward, but we're allowing our upper body to rotate and open up. This is really nice for the spine. Allowing that rotation, getting that stretch. We've got our last one here. Exhaling, reaching those fingertips up, holding steady through the torso, placing that left shoulder blade onto the mat if you can, and then drawing back through center. Nice, guys. From here, we're going to lie onto our back. So we've got our feet hip width apart, arms along by our side. We've got neutral spines. That means we're not imprinting the spine onto the mat. We're not overextending like this. We've just got a nice flat spine. You should feel like you can place your hand or even just one finger underneath the small of your back. Take a deep belly breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to start to tilt your pelvis back. You're going to press evenly through both heels, drawing up nice and high onto your shoulder girdle. Think about drawing your belly button to spine as you roll down one vertebrae at a time. Really articulate that movement. Then again, exhale, tilt that pelvis back, lifting up nice and high. Feel like you're opening up through the hip flexors as you reach your knees long towards the other side. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Release the tailbone at the end. Last one here. Exhaling, rolling back. Pressing evenly through both heels, lifting up nice and high. Keep the hips here. We're just coming down halfway. Exhale, squeeze through the glutes. Inhale, coming down halfway. Exhale, squeeze through the glutes. Using your breath. We've got 6 more here. We've got our last 5. 4 to go. We've got 3, 2, last one here. Rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Let the tailbone release. Now when you're ready, you can either continue with the double leg bridge, or we're going to come into our single leg. So lift your right leg up into tabletop. Inhale here. As you exhale, tilt that pelvis back. Press through the left foot. Draw the hips up high. Make sure your pelvis is even. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Release the tailbone. Then again, exhale, tilting back. Pressing up through that left leg. And then rolling down. Really drawing that belly button in. Last one here. Exhale, pressing through that left leg. Coming up nice and high. Can you come down halfway with that left leg? Exhale, squeeze through the left glute. Inhaling and exhaling. We've got 5 more. We've got our last 4. 3 to go. 2. And 1 more here. Rolling all the way down. Place that right foot onto the ground. Lift your left leg up. We're swapping over. We've got 3 bridges. Exhale, pressing up through that right foot. really squeezing into that right glute, I should say. And then exhale, tilting back, pressing up, lifting up those hips, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. On this next one, lifting up the hips, holding them here, coming down halfway. Exhale, squeeze through the right glute. Good. Holding nice and steady through the pelvis. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down all the way. Place your left foot onto the ground. And with your hands, you're going to interlace the fingertips together. Reach behind the head. So this is our exercise of the week, which is the chest lift. Inhale here. We've got neutral spine. Exhale. Draw yourself up using your upper abdominals. Try and peel the shoulder blades, the tips of the shoulder blades, off the mat. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, drawing up using your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. You're going to get to a point where you start to shake. Inhale, exhale. We've got 5 more here. We've got our last 4. Curling up that a little bit higher for 3. We've got 2. And our last one here, holding it up here. Float your arms up. We're going to come into our hundreds. So bring your legs into tabletop, or reach your fingertips out long. From here, we're going to start pulsing our hands on either side of us. Imagine that you've got little balls that you're bouncing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. If this is too much, lifting up, you can always let your head down and just focus on pumping those arms. We're up to 40. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 50. You can extend the legs up towards the ceiling, otherwise keep them into tabletop. Keep pulsing those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 70. Reach those legs long. We've got our last 30 here. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20 to go. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful, guys. Just hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. They're always challenging, those ones, but feel so good afterwards. Place the feet onto the ground, lengthen the legs out long. Reach your hands out behind you. We're coming into our roll-ups. Inhale here. And as you exhale, start to float the hands so they're in line with the shoulders. From here, imagine that somebody has your fingertips and they're helping to pull you up all the way into seated. Stack that spine, reach up nice and tall. Re-stack up. And then lower yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time. And reach those arms overhead. We're going to feel those abdominals. Exhaling, floating those wrists in line with the shoulders. Feel like you're being pulled up from the fingertips. You're going to reach over, look towards your belly button. Shoulders are down, arms are long. Re-stack up nice and tall. And then lower yourself down. We've got 1 more like this. Reaching over long. Exhaling, floating those hands up. Feel like someone's pulling you up. Look towards your belly button or down towards your knees. And then re-stacking up nice and tall. Lower the hands down. Swivel yourself over to the other side because we've got that glute work to go. Alrighty, so we're laying on our left-hand side, our left hand supporting us, our right hand's in front. Knees are nice and stacked. Ankles are stacked. Knees are in line with the hips. Hips are stacked. A lot going on. Alright, from here, exhaling, opening up that top leg. Inhale to lower it down. Exhaling, opening up that top leg. Inhale to lower it down. So again, we're working into that right glute. Exhaling, opening up. Inhale to lower down. We've got our lower abdominals switched on. We're holding nice and steady. We're starting to feel it through that right glute. We've got 5 to go. Our last 4. We've got 3 to go. 2. Last one here. On this next one, can you open up that top leg? Extend the right leg long. Bending the leg and then lowering down. So opening it up, extending, bending and closing. Open, extend, bend, close. Keep working into that right glute. I'm really starting to feel it now. This is going to be fun tomorrow if anyone's got stairs in their house. Opening on that top leg, extending, bending, lowering down. We've got 3 more like this. Using your breath. We've got our last 2. Good, guys. 1 more here. Nice, closing that leg and getting ready for those circles. Let's lift off that top leg. Imagining that you've got a crayon on that knee and you're drawing little circles in one direction. Let's do 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse those circles, little circles here. Moving that whole leg. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering it down and tapping out that glute. I can really start to feel it. And we're coming into our inner thighs here. So remembering we're bringing that right leg in front. That left leg we're extending long. Can you flex those toes back? Our right hand supporting us here. From here, exhale, lifting off the left thigh. Inhale to lower down. Exhaling, lifting up that left thigh. Inhale to lower down. Using your breath. Exhaling. And then inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. Good, holding steady. We can still feel this in our lower abdominals as we draw that left leg off the floor. We've got that flexed foot. Nice and steady. We've got 5 more here. We've got 4. 3 to go. We've got 2. 1 more here. Let's circle that bottom leg. Remembering we've got those toes flexed. When you have a flexed foot, you're going to feel it more through the inner thigh and feel like you're reaching your heel out long. 3 more here in this direction. Last 2. 1. Reverse those circles. So we're circling the whole leg, not just the ankle or the bottom leg. The last little bit here. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Bring the knee back in. Lower the head. So we're just bending at that elbow. Reach the right hand long. We're coming into the book opening. So that nice thoracic stretch and rotation. Inhale here. Exhale, reach those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Try and get that right shoulder blade onto the mat. Inhale, draw back through center. So one side might be tighter than the other, but just breathe into this stretch. Try and maintain those hips in one line so we're not opening them up too much. And make sure you have some space behind you as you open that arm out for our last one here. There we go, getting that rotation. And then back through center. Nice, guys. You're going to bring yourself up into a seated position. We're going to stretch out the glute work. So coming into a pigeon stretch. So if it's too much having both legs bent and drawing the right leg across, if that's too much for you, just keep your left leg extended, bring your right leg across, and with your left hand, try and pull that knee in a little bit closer to you. As you do that, your right hand's at the back, look over towards your right shoulder if you can. So you're getting that nice stretch at the right glute. Again, if you've got that flexibility, you can bend that left knee and you can do the same stretch here. It's just going to feel a little bit more intense. Hold it here and just have a deep belly breath. Inhale and then exhale. Release everything. Inhaling here and then exhale. Release. One more deep breath and then exhale. Unlock those legs, swap over to the other side. I'll rotate around so you don't have to see my back. You're going to wrap your right hand around, look over that left shoulder, and again, if that's too much, just keep that right leg extended, that left leg bent, and you're still going to get the same stretch. Look over, get that release through the glute, using your breath, inhaling here, and then exhaling. One more breath here. And then exhaling, release everything. From here, we're just going to come into a hip flexor stretch. So come into a kneeling position. Bring your left leg in front. With your right knee, you're just going to keep it bent. We're going to lean into that stretch. With your hips, keep them tracking forward. And just get that release through the front of the quad and also that hip flexor in there. Backs up nice and straight. Just take an inhale here. And then exhaling, release. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Feeling that open up each time that you take a deep breath. Now press through that left foot. Just reach the left leg long. Come into a hammy stretch here so you can flex those toes back. You might feel it through your calf. Just make sure you've got a nice straight back. Again, those hips are tracking forward. You're getting that release through the hamstring, the calf. Deep breath here. Last one. Drawing up, place your left leg behind you, swapping over to the other side. Right leg's in front, lean into that stretch. Getting that release through that hip flexor, the thigh. Upper body's nice and tall, shoulders down, chest is wide. Just focus on your breathing here. Inhaling, and then exhaling. Oxygenating the body again with those deep breaths. One more here. And then exhaling, press through. Good. Press through the right foot, flex it back. Get that release throughout that calf and that hamstring. Try and get that back nice and straight and just stretching out through the back of the legs here. Leaning into it that little bit more. We've done well today. We really worked the legs, the glutes, a little bit of upper body work. A couple more breaths. A little bit of ab work as well. One more breath here. Place that right foot behind you. Just sit back onto your haunches. Wrap your hands at the back and just lean forward. Reaching. You can place your head onto the mat. Just get that stretch at the back. Widen that chest. And then exhale. Restack up nice and tall. Make sure your shoulders are down. Just roll them back for 3, 2, last one here. And you guys are all finished for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you got a good work.